Welcome back to Nonno's Kitchen. So today I'm going to be making a 30-minute tomato sauce. It's for preparation of an eggplant palm that I'll be making tomorrow. It's going to be a lighter version. It's an authentic Italian recipe from a friend in Riccone, Italy. So very blessed to have had this recipe shared with me. I've made it once for me and Stacy, and it's excellent. It's a lighter version, so there's no breading involved. But today, I'm gonna make my 30-minute tomato sauce so that tomorrow it'll be a little bit easier process. So, I'm gonna show you how to make my sauce. So the first thing I like to do is help flavor up my olive oil. So I usually add a little bit of red pepper flakes. You put as little or as much as you like, and I'm going to go ahead and add some herbs in here. So I have some fresh Italian flat leaf parsley, and the stem I'm going to add in. I'm also going to add in a pinch of fresh rosemary right from my garden. Smells great, and when you harvest fresh herbs, there's a lot of essential oil in there, so your fingers tend to get sticky. Another favorite, some thyme, again, fresh, organic from my garden. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and add in my onions. Got to use a wooden spoon. Well, I hate when you get that from an onion, that paper. Don't like it. I'm just going to add a little bit of Himalayan salt. You could use sea salt. And in just a minute, I'm going to add in my garlic. So I have one medium yellow onion, 6 cloves of garlic that I've smashed, taken the paper off, and just roughly chopped. So again, what I like to do is add a lot of flavor in. So fresh herbs. So it makes sense to grow your own herbs. They're organic. And I'm going to add in my garlic. And I'm going to want to let these sweat down before I add in my tomatoes. So I'm going to be using a canned tomato. It's a whole peel San Marzano style. It is organic. That's my preference. When you can get organic, I recommend you buy organic. So I'll come back in just a minute. I'll open up my cans of tomato. We'll, by that time, should have our garlic and onions sweated on down, and then we'll add in our tomatoes. So it's been just a couple of minutes, and the onions are almost translucent. Really smelling good. So this is the organic thyme that I grew, and what's nice about it is you just peel it on back, and it's that easy to remove the leaves from the stem. Another thing I love about working with fresh herbs is I've got a bad habit. I love to smell my fingers after touching the herbs, so it smells so good I can't help it. There's the rosemary, again organic from my garden. Same thing, just the opposite way. You pull right on down the stem and it comes right off. And again, it's really sticky. So that's how I like to remove the leaves. And the very top part here that's really soft, I'll just tear that, and that's good to go. And from there, I just like to roughly chop my rosemary. It might be out of the camera right now, but again, that's how I prep my rosemary. And the last ingredient now is Greek oregano. I haven't put that in yet. Again, organic that I grew. Same thing, you can see the nice tender leaves. I just grab it and pull it on back. So I'll be adding that into the sauce as well. All right, so I'm ready to start adding my tomatoes. I have to be careful. The last time on camera, I actually dropped the can right into the pot. So, we'll see if I can be a little more professional today. All right, today I'm using 2 cans. I know from experience the amount I'm going to need. 2 cans is enough. They're 2 28-ounce cans of tomato. Just going to incorporate all this, mix it up. And then I'm going to go ahead and start to season up my sauce. Again, a little more Himalayan salt. I would say about a teaspoon. Some black pepper. Fresh ground is usually my preference. Again, I'm going to say maybe a teaspoon. When the sauce is done, we can come back and double check our flavor. But just like with a fresh tomato, salt and pepper, olive oil, it's a great combination. I'm going to add in all of the thyme that I have here. And I would estimate it's about at least a good teaspoon. I have more than that of the rosemary, so I'll add about a teaspoon of that in. I do have that Italian flat leaf parsley I also grew, so every herb here I grew. I'm going to add all of this in. Normally I'd add basil. I just don't have enough fresh basil right now. But that's my preference, typically basil. And I'm going to put in a nice pinch of this fresh Greek oregano. So I'm just looking to incorporate all of my herbs. Make sure I get them down into that juice. And in a minute, I'm going to cover this and I'll let it simmer for about 30 minutes, maybe just a little under, 25. And I'll come back with an immersion blender. We'll blend up those whole tomatoes and then we'll give it a taste test and see how it is. So I'm on a medium-low burner right now. And we're gonna let that simmer away. We're gonna cover up the pot. And I'll see you back here in about 25 minutes. So the sauce has been simmering for 20 minutes. I've got a timer set, so I actually have about 8 minutes left. So in just a little bit, I'll come back with the immersion blender and I'll show you how I do that. Welcome back to Nonno's kitchen. Look who wanted to show up on camera. You gonna say hi to everybody, Primo? Look to the camera and say hello. All right, so we're right at about 25 minutes. I've been stirring the sauce every few minutes and lightly breaking up the tomatoes with my wooden spoon. And we're gonna take a look at it now. And I've got my immersion blender set up. While this was simmering, I took the liberty to clean up the kitchen, all my dirty dishes. Hey, put Primo down. Okay. Oh, it's really looking good. I can see my tomatoes are starting to break down. Smells really good. A nice piece of homemade toasted bread ready to go for a sample. So an immersion blender. As I said earlier, I'm going to look to puree this a little bit more than normal because of what I'm cooking. And another thing to be mindful of, when I make my baked rigatoni, that's also going to be baking in the oven, so the sauce will cook even more. And same with my baked eggplant, or melanzini. But this sauce I use quite frequently, and again, it's 30 minutes. You can have your sauce ready. If you time it right with cooking your pasta or spaghetti, you can have dinner on the table in about 30 minutes. So now I'm just checking to see if there's any large chunks left yet of the tomato. I think we're in pretty good shape here. Okay. Let's put this in the safe. We'll taste test in a minute. So, there's what we're looking like so far. I'll let it simmer maybe another 5 minutes, then I'll shut it off, just leave the cover on and let it cool down. And then I could take it out of the pot, put it in a container, and it's ready to use for tomorrow. Oh. It's hot, I burnt my mouth again. That's really good. I think I do want to add in one more ingredient. I have this really nice dried oregano. It smells really good. Just a little bit. Now I'm going to add just a little more salt and pepper. Not too much, because I'll be using a Romano cheese in both of my dishes tomorrow. And that has a little bit of salt in it. Well, Remo sees something that he's concerned with. Give it one final stir. I'm going to turn it down to low. We're going to cover it up. So there you have it. That's my 30-minute tomato sauce. It's really versatile. Again, I'm going to be making a baked eggplant tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a baked rigatoni. So really simple tomato sauce. It has lots of flavor in it. It will not disappoint. I hope you all give it a try. And thank you for watching another episode of Cooking with Nonno. Just wanted to come back and show you what the sauce looks like. You can see there's still chunks of the garlic and onion and tomato. It has a really nice flavor, very complex with all those fresh herbs. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you'll give this recipe a try. We'll see you next time on Cooking with Nonno.